Hello everyone and welcome to this video. My name is Quinn, founder of newbreedagent.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking about week 7 of our program, New Breed Agent Academy, and the organic strategies that we teach. So what are organic strategies and why do they matter to you? Well, when it comes to running ads and utilizing more advanced strategies like sales funnels and landing pages, there is a little bit of tech involved. Now, I've done my best to simplify it and make it as easy as possible for anyone to learn, and I believe I have done so. But what will happen is, when you buy a program or when you start any sort of, diet or anything like that, you want some quick results and quick wins. So what we've done in week 7 is we've designed a simple strategy and there's a collection of strategies that we've used so that you can start getting quick results, fast results, and make it as easy as possible. So these organic strategies are lightweight, they're simple to use, and most of them are virtually free, right? So when it comes to the organic strategies, I'm going to talk about the value of each of these, how they kind of work, and basically just break them down. So with that being said, we have Facebook Organic, and basically you could apply what we teach in the program to really any sort of social media site. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, you name it, right? So what is the organic strategy? Well, the organic strategy is basically utilizing your existing resources. The theme of this entire week, if I had to put it into like 2 words, it's to maximize your resources, okay? So even while you're doing paid methods, even while you're running ads, even while you have a more advanced, robust strategy, you still always have to maximize your resources. And this is something that I've learned from a very young age, that you could have the equipment, you could have the tools, you could have the softwares, you could even have the vision. But if you're not doing the day-to-day grunt work and the stuff that you need to do, you're not going to master the reality of today. And I've had an experience where over the past 4 years I've been on quite a spiritual journey, to say the least. And within that, I've come to the realization that as much as I have that spiritual understanding, as much as I have that higher vision and that thing that connects me to the future and how things could be, it comes down to Facebook and Instagram and organic, and it comes down to a group, and it comes down to business pages and ads and prospecting and converting clients. So, as much as it's valuable to have this deeper, higher knowing, these things are going to be key to developing a cohesive online lead generation strategy. So with that being said, let's talk about kind of the principles within each of these and how, we think about each of these channels. So when it comes to Facebook and Instagram organic, you have the ability on Facebook to add new friends, okay? And adding new friends is basically free, okay? And, everything that you want, some stranger has, right? So if you want that listing, somebody knows somebody that's ready to sell their house, right? So if you add more friends, if you add new people to your friends list, and you're creating content and you're creating things that, would resonate with that potential seller or potential buyer, then basically you're increasing your opportunities just through free, organic, simple strategies. And all it takes to add a new friend is, a few clicks, right? So in the program, we teach you, how do you add new friends? How do you find a pool of people on these social networks, on Facebook, on Instagram, so that you get closer to the people that have what you want, a listing, somebody that's ready to buy, okay? So we need to add new friends, right? And we want to increase the amount of connections, right? So you could imagine this as like a contact, right? So everybody that you friend, you send a quick message to and just say, hey, thanks for connecting. Let me know if I can be of service to you in any way, right? So when it comes to Facebook and Instagram organic, we have to have the ability to find new, simple, free ways to do this, okay? Because if you just wait for some paid strategies, if you do all these advanced things that we teach, you're not going to get results in the now, right? You need results now, okay? And it doesn't deter from the fact that the process is what has to take place no matter what. You're going to have to go through learning curves. You're going to have to go through roadblocks and challenges, but you still want to tap into what you can do now. You know, we've had the pleasure over the past 3-4 years to go down to Ensenada, Mexico, and help build homes for families in need. And, you know, as much as, you know, building a home is complex, at least to me, you know, the foreman there that teaches you how to build the house, you know, it starts with just, you know, taking the hammer and hitting in a nail into the wood or onto the roof, putting on the roof, whatever it is that we're doing down there. And so, yeah, you can have that vision, you can have that goal that's set out into the future, but sometimes it just comes down to picking up a hammer and nailing it into the ground, right? And so if you don't understand that and don't implement that on a daily basis, then you're kind of just accepting entropy. You're accepting the inertia that's going to happen, you know, regardless of if you decide to really do anything or not, right? Everything is essentially gearing and moving towards entropy, right? So when we don't take action, when we don't do anything, when we wait for something far out in the future, we actually sacrifice and sometimes miss out on mastering now. Okay, so we need to increase our ability to connect with new people. We need to add new friends. We need to increase our contacts so that we have the ability to reach new potential people, you know, and who knows who they know and if they see your content or video or anything like that, okay? Facebook groups. Facebook groups basically are, you know, there's a ton of Facebook groups. You can go on Facebook, search up any group, but your community, your city where you serve, you might want to type in the city of, you know, like where you want listings or where you where you want to work with people, etc., etc. And if you just type in a city, you search under groups on the left corner. Now they just updated Facebook. You know, you're going to have the ability to see people in these communities, people that are talking about problems in the community, people that are talking about fixing the road, you know, fixing the potholes in the road, right? Fixing the concrete, or maybe new updates, new community updates or events, right? So you can interact right here for free, and we show you how to find these people, find them in groups, and ultimately, you know, increase, right? Because it all goes back to here. If you can use any one of these strategies that I'm going to talk about, but ultimately you need to get them to be your friend. You need to get them to follow you. You need to get some sort of engagement or interaction, right? So same framework, same idea behind increasing your contacts in traditional methods. The more people you talk to, the more you increase your ability to actually close somebody, right? So Facebook groups, that's another free method. You can join the group. You can even post valuable posts in there to try to get engagement and people to listen to you, right? So Facebook business pages as well. So these are cool because each community, if they're big enough, they should have some sort of you know, business page as well. And so the people that actually engage, right, these people that engage on this business page, or they interact, or they even like the actual business page, comment, you know, whatever it is, these are people that you could obviously assume that are in some way connected to the community, right? Because if you find a page like, I think in the program we talk about Anaheim, California, but you know, there's a page for Anaheim, the Facebook business page, and if you go there, if you check out the Facebook business page that they have for Anaheim, you'll see people that like that page. You'll see people that comment. You'll see people that talk about different challenges and different things that are going on in the community. And these are all potential people that either you can friend, you could, you know, even create like your own Facebook group as well for the community and provide info there. So we need to nurture and utilize organic methods, because why? I mean, you could do this in 5 minutes, right? So these things, I mean, you could click and add new friends. You just click away, right? So it's, you know, if you ignore these things and you just rely on, like, you know, advanced, high level, robust strategies, you know, you're organic will increase your margins. It's gonna, it's gonna be a lot easier in terms of, like I said, you're not managing as much tech, and there's just some good things that come with organic, right? Next thing we have is content. So really all of these strategies, right? Because you could just imagine that, you could have friends, you could have people that are following you on IG, you could have groups, you could find people on business pages, but if you don't have content to some extent, they're not gonna just see that you added them as a friend and say, hey, look, I'm ready to sell or buy, right? We can't wait around for that possibility to just kind of emerge, because it's really not gonna happen too often, right? So when it comes to content, right, we have to understand that all of these things revolve around it, right? All of these things revolve around content. And, the more people that you add as friends, the more you increase your contacts, send them direct messages, and the more that you, either create your own group or find groups with members to add friends to, or use the business page. If you have content, if you have videos, if you have, posts or things like that, that position you, right? Position you as the expert, that's going to increase your ability to actually, make a solid connection with them over the internet before you actually talk to them on the phone or, meet them in person. And this is the same thing that I talked about in the week 6, the sales training video, because, like I said, I talked about how, there's really this period of time that, it's going to take somebody to know, like, and trust you. And so let's say that it's like 20 hours, hypothetically. Well, if you've got content, if you've got videos, if you've got photos and emails and articles and different things that you're providing, then you're going to be able to move that needle much further along versus if you're just adding people and hoping that they reach out to you, right? So another strategy here in the organic is one of my personal favorite. It's called digital door knocking. So what we teach in this is, how do you find homeowners that obviously own their home, and that you can reach out to and send. It's so cool too, because we have this system where we get 100% deliverability, we get 100% deliverability if it's a cell phone. So we found a way to actually make sure and ensure that 100% of the messages that you send, before you send them, we have a verification system, and it enables you to send new videos or whatever it is that, we teach videos, but it's up to you to do it how you'd like to do it, so that you get that 100% deliverability, right? So that you're actually 100% ensuring that that video or that message or that text is going to that potential seller, which in this case would just be a homeowner, right? So this strategy, it does require some money, but it's super lightweight, it's super simple, and the way that we set all this stuff up is, with free methods as well. So when it comes to organic, hopefully just by sharing some of this, you have some insight on what you can do in the meantime to just begin to get some sort of engagement, get some sort of interaction. Start with adding new friends, like increase. Here's another thing too, is like, if you can, I guess the better word would be migrate. If you can migrate existing clients, past clients, people that you're in contact with, and get them to, connect with you on multiple channels. Like, let's say you have a client that you've worked with for, you've sold a bunch of their houses, 3 houses in their, in your relationship, and you're not friends on Facebook or Instagram. You want to start getting these people, or even people that you haven't turned into clients yet, you want to start getting them, invite them to your Facebook, invite them to your group, invite them to Instagram, so that you can start migrating these people and get them on multiple channels. Because really, if you can get people, if they can see you on Google, Facebook, Instagram right now, TikTok's pretty big, email and SMS, and then you have, in person, and you call people and do different things like that. I mean, that's like the majority of the web. I mean, there's other sites and stuff like that, but you got to remember YouTube is owned by Google, right? So if you can just, and I recommend at first just focusing on like one channel, right? So don't like think, oh, let me post everywhere, because you actually won't end up really sticking with it. So I recommend starting with one that's easy, and Facebook's personally easy because it has the friend element. You know, getting subscribers on YouTube and stuff, like that's not going to be as easy as literally clicking a friend and getting an accepted request in literally seconds, right? So you got to be able to maximize your resources, tap into these different, avenues that you can utilize so that you can get free or at least close to free methodologies for attracting new business and attracting new people. So that is week 7. That is the organic strategy. That's what we teach you how to do from every click of the mouse in the program. And I will see you in week 8, which to me it's pretty unfair. It's called A Symphony of Efficiency. And this is how to begin the process of productizing your service delivery. So as always, there's a link below this video where you can book in a time to schedule a conversation with me if this is something you're interested in. So I'll see you on the call, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.